Hello boys and girls, this is Ken from Vanderwan Gardens with the Vivo Sun electronic pH meter. Well, I just went through the whole process of calibrating this thing, and wow, that was kind of interesting. It came with 3 packets of solution, and you had to calibrate it at, what was it, like 6 point something, and then 4 point something, and then 9 point something. You had to make sure the water was at 25 degrees Celsius. You need to stir in the packet, and then it had to be, what, 250 milliliters of water. Gee whiz, that was very complicated. You had to do it back to back to back, and now this thing is pretty darn accurate. So, I just tested our tap water that comes straight out, and it was 6.8. The IBC Tote is 7.37. I suspect it's because I've got this the stone in there, and the stone is drainage rock. I think it's limestone. Drainage rock. Does it say limestone? But I know that limestone does contribute to the pH. Although I did rinse it off good because it was made the water milky. So I rinsed it all off. And I think that's contributing to a higher pH in this tank. Although this tank, I just filled from the hose, let it sit for a little while, got it up to let it sit in basement temperature for a few days. And this tank is 7.63 with the mama fish on it. Speaking of the mama fish, let's see if she'll show you some babies. She spit one out for me to look at. Hello, mama fish. She's still got the babies in her mouth. Every once in a while, she'll spit one out, and you'll see it swim around, and then I think she scoops it right back up again. I turned off the very aggressive filter, because I'm afraid they're going to get sucked in there. And I put on my smaller filter. I probably got to clean or replace my my air stones, but I just wanted to give her some air. But unfortunately that's reducing the amount of circulation in there, which I think she enjoys, because I think she likes to have the heating element. You know, she's able to snuggle up to it. I think it's warmer on this side of the tank than on the side that's reading the temperature over here. But can you see the babies there in her mouth? Like, there's definitely something in her mouth. You see how, like, how she's like suck, 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 suck. They say it's like the fish is sucking on a jawbreaker. You'll see her chin is pouched down, and every once in a while a baby will pop out. Then she'll suck it back in. But yeah, I'm afraid the filter is too aggressive. So what I did was I mean, they say not to feed her, so I gave her like 3 little tiny pellets, and I'll fish them out before they get too big. And I also put in one of these here algae tabs. I get all this stuff on Amazon. So this is the mini algae discs. 10 bucks, 3 ounces. We'll see how the fish like it. So since my last video, I've added another tank. I got these off of Craigslist. Somebody was just like, look, I'm leaving these on my front yard. Please come and take them. And that's what I did. Scooped them up. So that's my favorite way to roll. Recycling things. Yeah, it's 83 degrees on this side of the tank. And it's probably 84, 85 over there. So yeah, this little fella here, you have to use, it says deionized water, but I saw a review where this lady said just use distilled water. So that's what I used to calibrate it. And do not touch this bottom part. And she says put it away wet. I guess she read the instructions and got that out of it. Whereas me, I can't read these instructions. They're so damn tiny. So what I did was I just scooped up some water Put it into water. Do not go over those ridges. Turn it on. Swish, 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 swish. And you see how it climbs. 723, 724, 725, 726. You'll notice that once the water settles down, it stops reading, right? But then you swish, 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 swish again. It goes down. So it seems to settle on 729. Yeah, that's close to where I was last time. I was at 737. I'm not really looking to do anything crazy here. I just know that the whole reason why I'm checking the pH is that the mama tilapia likes to lay eggs when the pH is around 8. When the temperature is around 80, my finger's getting in the lens, and when there's light. So I started putting the light on with my timer. I don't know if I ever went over my timer settings here, but on this side, I've got one of them, mechanical timers, and I got a power strip plugged into it, so that way, for 12 hours, that power strip gets power. And then, and then it goes off, and then, just repeats that over and over again. And what I got connected in there is my lights, my pump, my air, and now this tank light. And then on a different circuit, I've got this power strip, which powers the heaters and the filters. So those things run constantly. And this filter has the added benefit of blowing air, oxygenated air, into the water tank, so they're always getting heat and air, no matter what the timer says. So yeah. And I got the little 200 watt heater over here. It's set to 84, so the red means it's heating. This here is the 500 watt heater. Same brand. I have it set for 79, and it thinks it's 78, even though this says it's 72, which tells me I just need to get some better circulation back there. But once again, I think that the fish appreciate different zones, right? The goldfish, I always see them over here by the rocks, farther away from the heater. Some of the fish I see hanging out on this side, some of the tilapia, but then some of the tilapia, they love it right over there near the heat. And that's where I've got the flower pot and the little hidey holes for the mama fish. The flower pot is where the boys, hopefully, will hang out and be territorial. The girly fish will go over there, lay their eggs. The boys will fertilize those eggs, and then the girlies will go hide in the cups. Well, yeah, they'll suck the eggs up in their mouth, and then they'll go hide. So, and then I just happen to be very lucky trying to populate my breeder tank here, and one of the girlies that I scooped up already had eggs in her mouth. So she actually was impregnated in here, and I lucked out and put her in there. Because the first 3 fish that I put in here, they, I think they were all boys. I did the whole food coloring thing, and try as I might, they just did not look like girls. Oh, are you gonna spit out a baby or two? Wouldn't it be nice if we got to catch that on the camera? Well, anyway, I'm getting on 10 minutes. This is Ken from Vandawan Gardens, and this is a mama tilapia. Any second now, she's going to be spitting out her babies and they're going to be feasting on that algae pup. Please like and subscribe.